Okay, so here's a case that we haven't heard from in a while. Things have been happening, but this is the first legal happenings that I've seen since the lawsuit was announced. So Lizzo is moving to have the lawsuit dismissed, and let's just get into the article. When Asha Daniels filed her illegal retaliatory termination, let me just make sure I'm on beginning, racial and sexual harassment lawsuit against Lizzo and her touring team in September, the Grammy winner singer responded by bashing the action by her former tour wardrobe designer as a bogus, absurd publicity stunt. Now the Truth Hurts singer and her Big Girl Big Touring Incorporated wants a state judge to toss the matter out. Staking their December 15th filed demurrer in LA Superior Court on Daniels having no right to utilize California laws while working for a Delaware corporation in Europe, the document from Marty Singer's firm rips plaintiff, a New York resident, for her meritless and salacious actions after less than 3 weeks of employment by BGBT. Now, if they're going to say that they don't have to, that there's no basis to sue under California law because this is an international incident, international organization, they're based in Delaware, but this happened in Europe. Now, these sorts of things are messy. I'm not going to get into the merits of the case because I honestly have no idea how that works. However, my problem is, what does it matter if it's just less than 3 weeks of employment? If they feel they've been wronged, it doesn't matter if it happened on day one. You don't have to have seniority in order to say, I'm being treated like crap. I mean, granted, it might improve their argument that, they didn't cut it, and so now they're upset for being fired. I mean, that does lend itself to that argument. But to say that you have to have worked someplace for a certain period of time before you can claim that you were treated like crap? No, that's not how this works. But again, the talking about suing under California law when this didn't happen in California, and the organization isn't based in California. So, yeah, that I could see as having merit. Because, yes, she's a global phenomenon, but this had absolutely nothing to do with California. So I could see her point there. But then they screw it by saying, that somehow her being employed for just a few weeks somehow lessens her claim for being abused, which, no, that's not how abuse works. But let's continue. During her brief employment by BGBT, plaintiff refused to comply with instructions from her supervisors and tour management, failed to perform the work that she was assigned, and eventually just played hooky and refused to show up for work. The motion states of what they say really went down during Daniels' February 14, 2023 to March 6, 2023 stint on Lizzo's The Special Tour. Unsurprisingly, she was terminated after abandoning her post on the day of a concert in Paris, France. The filing adds of the March 5th gig at Accor Arena in the City of Lights' 12th arrondissement. Alright. Filed on the same day that Lizzo received the Quincy Jones Humanitarian Award from the Black Music Action Coalition, Daniels' legal action of September 21st cited a toxic work environment and a culture of racism and bullying on Lizzo's tour. Which I have to admit, if true, and that's a big if, I am not making any judgments here, but if that's true, to say that that's ironic is putting things mildly. But anyway. Damning allegations in any context, Daniels' complaint also came about 7 weeks after ex-tour dancers Ariana Davis, Crystal Williams, and Noel Rodriguez sued Lizzo, BGBT, and others for harassment, assault, and discrimination. 6 months before that trio took to the courts, it has since been revealed that 14 dancers who performed with Lizzo were part of a more than $100,000 settlement related to unauthorized use of their image in the 2022 documentary Love Lizzo. Ugh. Yeah, again, not making any value judgments, but not a good look if you're already, doing things like using someone's image without permission. Yeah. Today, Daniels' attorney, Ron Zambrano, who is part of the firm also representing Davis, Williams, and Rodriguez, accused Lizzo's lawyers of victim shaming again. This motion was expected and is yet another Hail Mary by Lizzo's team to try to shift blame to the victims, as she has done to the 3 other plaintiffs who have sued her for similar allegations of harassment, disability discrimination, and retaliatory termination. The West Coast Entertainment Lawyers Partner said in a statement, Lizzo and her lawyers can continue trying to rationalize her illegal and wretched conduct, but we remain committed to seeking justice for our client and look forward to our day in court where Lizzo can explain her behavior in a public forum. And we still don't know when that date's gonna be. That day could be coming early next year. Okay? That's at least something. Lizzo's Laverly and Singer team are requesting a January 24th, 2024 hearing on their demurrer motion in front of the LASC judge Mark H. Epstein at the Santa Monica courthouse. For those who don't know, that's LA Circuit Court. Lizzo's attorneys filed a quick contested anti-SLAPP motion on October 27th to have Davis, Williams, and Rodriguez's suit dismissed. At the conclusion of November 22nd hearing on the motion, Judge Epstein said he wouldn't be issuing a ruling for at least 3 weeks, and he still hasn't. So that's where we are with the Lizzo saga. Again, I don't have enough information to make a judgment either way. I honestly have no idea. I mean, obviously I'd like to think that someone who gets criticized by horrible people for her weight, people who, and for someone who is a minority, I would think that she wouldn't be doing this sort of thing because, well, if she wasn't Lizzo, then she'd be treated the same way. But, it's entirely possible that, that this was happening under Lizzo's nose. It's possible she did not know. I mean, obviously the buck stops with her because she's the one who's supposed to be in charge, but maybe she didn't know. Maybe this is made up and these are just a bunch of butthurt people for getting fired. At this point, we know nothing. I mean, at least I don't. So I'm not going to come to Lizzo's defense, but I'm not going to vilify her either, because I don't know what to say. But that is all I have from this article. So with that, I will see you guys in the next one.